Hi everyone, it's Reiki Ray here helping women with relieving from anxiety, depression, healing from emotional pains, and finding their worth. I am with my daughter today. Say hi.
Hi.
Hopefully she'll be okay today, but it's okay if she's not because we just gotta roll with it. So today I wanted to talk to you about how we often say, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am enough. But when we don't believe it, then how are these mantras really helping us? So one thing that I've noticed is that I have said and have been guilty of saying I am enough and not really believing it. And oftentimes we're saying these mantras to ourselves and we're expecting this different result of how we feel about ourselves, but we're not really dealing with the emotional pain that caused us to feel crappy in the first place. So what do I mean by that? A lot of times, for example, we're saying things like, I'm enough, I'm worthy, but we really believe that we're not enough, we're not worthy, we're not capable. For example, I was not capable at one point of getting on lives and having the confidence to be on lives. And then that thought translated from I'm not capable of doing lives to I'm not good enough to start a business to I will never be able to start a business. So that's my baby. So what happens is, okay, baby, I'm on the live. Can you just hold on? So what happens a lot of times is that our negative thought patterns start to snowball into bigger negative thought patterns about ourselves. And it's important to understand where these negative thoughts are really coming from. Because when you say I'm enough, when you say I'm capable, when you say I'm worthy, that's a conscious words. Those are conscious words that you're saying to yourself. Those are I am capable, I am worthy, aren't really getting to the subconscious reasons of what your negative thought patterns come from. Are they really getting to the deeper root of where how your emotional pain caused that negative thought pattern in the first place? No, they're not. So when you're saying to your brain, I am enough, but really you don't believe it, really you're not really sorry, my brain got a little bit distracted by my baby girl. But really you're not believing in your words, then what do you need to do? Well, you have to dig deep. You have to dig deep into your subconscious. You have to dig deep into the deeper meaning behind why you feel like you're not enough. I mean, did your mom, for example, not set the example? Not maybe unintentionally, maybe she didn't know how to show you how to make you feel enough. So now you don't feel enough. Or perhaps you were in a traumatic relationship with, had a really bad breakup or had a really bad relationship with someone that told you that you weren't enough, that made you feel like you weren't good enough to be with them. Those negative thought patterns become bigger, and they make us feel and think harshly about ourselves. So how do you get to rewiring your subconscious mind? How do you get to the deeper meaning behind your negative thought patterns? Well, what you have to do is, sorry, I'm just trying to get a little bit more comfortable, Neo. Well, what you have to do first is get real with yourself. Get real with yourself and say, is what I'm saying really working? No. Do I really believe my own bullshit? Do I really believe I am enough? No. How can I go about changing it? Well, first you have to develop something called a cue. So write down your negative thought pattern. Write it down in a column that says, these are my cues. These are what automatically comes to my brain about myself. Okay? And you have to also think about it. You're thinking, your thoughts you generate about 60,000 thoughts per day. 60,000 thoughts per day. These negative thoughts were fueled by your negative self-talk. And if you're thinking 60,000 thoughts a day negatively about yourself, think about how that thought became a belief that became a habit of how you see yourself, which became a habit of how you view yourself and how you judge your own character. That's pretty bad. I mean, over the course of a year, you're already thinking in terms of millions of negative thoughts about yourself per day. Now that's pretty scary, because now you've diminished your whole ability to think highly of yourself. Okay, that's caused stress, and stress can lead to depression, which can lead to anxiety, which then breaks down your immune system. Okay, and if you want to look through my old lives, I talk about how stress takes away your inner light. It takes away your biophotons. It brings down your biofield. So look through my previous lives if you want to hear more about that. But basically, when you are overly stressed and when you say negative thoughts about yourself, you bring down your own frequency and you cause your biofield, you cause your inner light to dim by the things that you're saying to yourself. So in my energy healing programs, what I do and what a lot of the women have been working on is getting their light back, making them feel whole from the inside out again, breaking through those negative belief patterns that were created by negative self-talk, by these emotional traumatic events that they... Excuse me, I heard my baby in the background. Hi, Shindra. How are you? Hello, beautiful. Thank you so much. Where was my thought? Oh, so how do we rewire those negative thoughts? Well, first what we have to do is create a cue. Write down all the negative thoughts that come around to you that you start thinking about yourself automatically. I am not enough. I'm not capable. All of that. All right, fine. Write them down. Now try to dig deep at this point. Why don't you feel like you're enough? Why don't you feel like you're capable? Is it because you have a fear of public speaking, perhaps? For example, I said getting on a live. I used to have the fear of getting on a live. Well, perhaps it was because I had a fear of public speaking. Okay, so I'm gonna write down that fear of public speaking. Okay, now I'm gonna do a routine. I'm going to change that negative thought pattern. I'm gonna say, here's the positive aspect of that. Here is what impact that public speaking event will have on someone else's life or my life. So I'm going to write down the positive outlook on that negative thought pattern in the first place, right? So here's my negative thought pattern. It is, I have a fear of public speaking. Here's the positive thought pattern to counter the negative thought pattern, which is people will be positively impacted by the things that I say. People will feel empowered by the things that I say. Those are the positive aspects of the routine that I'll write down. Come on. And then finally, you write down the reward.